Poor Decisions.
Nice to see you again.
Back with another episode. And the sun's out, can't complain.
Yeah.
But on hopefully today we don't have any road rage like last week.
Oh, that was interesting.
That was great. Like,
that was interesting.
That was just like, I really hope there's going to be a fight, but then it was more of a tease, wasn't it?
It was because he was like, "Come on then," and then as the Polish guy, I think he was Polish because the way when he swore, it's a Polish word. I recognised it. The guy reversed his truck back, and then as the guy was coming closer, he put his foot down and drove forward. Then he reversed his truck back, and then he put his foot down. I'm just like to the guy. That's why I said, just leaving me scared. Like there's no point because clearly he doesn't want to fight.
No.
Clearly he doesn't want to fight. Come on.
But
fucking tease.
I know. So that you might be in for another kind of interesting fight, but who knows? You never know around here when you're in public.
Yeah, it was peaceful. Like now, it looks very peaceful. Feels peaceful.
But like sometimes you wonder, don't you, with certain people, like, are they on anything, like particular drugs, or have they been drinking, or is it just how they are, you know? But I don't know. Like, obviously, we've covered before some like red flags, weren't it? And you mentioned about that guy giving you that bag of weed. Yeah. But like, have you got any interesting stories where you've maybe taken something and you're like, oh my god, that was a really bad trip, or like, I mean, I can think of one recent one that happened in November, and I was in Prague, which you know about, but I will tell you guys the story. And then back when I was in college, I had a really bad trip on alcohol.
Yeah.
But like, other than that, it's not been like so bad. But is there any particular story or time you can think of where you were like, oh fuck?
There's a few, to be fair, I'm not gonna lie. Because obviously I was more or less a stoner. You might as well say I was a stoner, wake and bake type of person. Wake up, smoke, work, do what I need to do, clean. Like, I'm still motivated. There's no like lazy bone in my body. I'm still getting things done. I used to work 2 jobs as well, be smoking heavily like that.
Yeah.
So this time I was out with a friend at the time, and we went to meet like one of my old friends from he's one of my oldest friends. I've known him since we were like 7 or 8. So we met up with him and his friend, and like we were smoking, and we took I took 2 puffs, and I was like, I don't feel right. Something's like off with this. And I passed it back to my friend. I said, no, I don't feel right. Something's off with this. I don't know if you want to smoke it still. So he took maybe 3 pulls, and he was just like, no, I don't want it. And the thing is, they didn't want it. The other 2 didn't want it either. So I'm like, so why did you light this shit up and give us this shit? Yeah. So when we left, like, even when I'm drunk, this has never happened to this severity. As we were walking back, I had like a drunk vision.
Like so Raven?
It was crazy. Yeah. I had like a drunk vision, and I was staggering. And when I looked to my right, he was staggering. So I kind of like put my arm out to my friend like that, to like, just you keep me balanced, I keep you balanced. Put your arm around me as well, like underneath my back, whatever. And he did the same thing, and we were both just like this, staggering back to my mum's house. It was mad. And then I was tripping as well for a bit on top of that. That's why I was just like, I don't know what that was fucking laced with. I honestly don't know what that could probably crack.
Yeah, possibly.
Coke, crack, I don't even know, but I was just like, like I knew it was off from the time I took the first pull. I said, this don't taste right. Took the second pull, I said, nah, I'm feeling funny. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, this is not right. Like, I've never experienced this smoking weed before in my life.
No, I mean, like, so, you know me, I don't really smoke as much. Well, I used to vape a little bit, but like very rare. And it was only a new thing, really, wasn't it? But before that, I didn't really touch cigarette, didn't touch weed, never really smoke. And I basically, the first time I actually tried weed properly was, so Daisy, so one of my friends, Daisy, her younger sister, knows this guy, and he makes his own, it's weed Nutella. And he called it Dank-tella.
Yeah.
And you know what, actually, it was really tasty.
Yeah.
And I would just get like a spoonful of it and like put it on a biscuit, like a digestive biscuit. And it would just mellow me out, but like not to a point where I was like, what the fuck? Like I was just like, okay, this is mellow, this is quite nice, and I'd be doing my paint and whatever. But the worst trip for me, and I can guarantee you it wasn't just weed. So I went to Prague with this guy, and basically the first time we went into this like cafe, because you know, like in Amsterdam they got these cafes. Prague pretty much got the same thing, and we got like this cookie that had weed in it, and it was fine. Like I was quite enjoying the trip. I was like, actually, like I feel a bit like, whoa, where am I? But it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
And then he bought from the same shop that night gummies, and then I think it was the night after or 2 nights after, I said, oh, why don't we go check out this nightclub? Because apparently it's meant to be the biggest nightclub in Europe. It's on like 5 different floors. On each floor there's like, one floor's got Latino music, then the other floor's like a disco, like 80s music. So it's all like really cool how they set it out. And I said to him, oh, rather than spending lots of money, because I didn't really have the money then on loads of alcohol to get drunk, why don't we take one of the gummies you brought? So he's a massive, as you know, massive weed smoker. And he was like, yeah, okay, cool. Rather than advising me, like, just take a little bit, because you're not really one to do weed a lot, you know, he's just watched me chew this whole gummy, and it was about that big. And I was like, okay, like, I don't really feel nothing. And it was like 30 minutes later, and he's like, you just wait.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
have to.
what? And fuck me, when I got to the club, I was like, it was like I was floating, like my soul had left my body. At one point, I'm sure I could see myself, you know, like it was.
That's
like
kind of cool.
It was cool, but it was scary at the same time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like I want to be sick. But then when I was thinking in my head, like thoughts, I thought I was saying them out loud. And I was like, oh my God, everyone's looking at me. I was really paranoid.
Yeah, that's weed for your paranoid.
Yeah, oh my God, it was so bad. And I was like, is this just weed? Is this not? And like, because the floor, like the club floor we were on had like disco lights. I was like, oh my God, I cannot walk. I can't stand straight. So I said to him, I was like, I think I need to go home because I'm going to be sick. Like, I'm going to puke all over this dance floor. It's going to be really embarrassing, not just for me, but for you too. Like, I need to go home. And I think he got a little bit, like, disappointed because, oh, well, we kind of just got here. I was like, well, you kind of should have still advised, but, you know, whatever. So then that's when I obviously went back to the hotel, and yeah, I just like word vomited so much shit to him. I was just like, you were there, so you should have known better. Why didn't you tell me? And I was like, oh fucking hell. The next morning I woke up, I was like, that was the most embarrassing night of my life. You know, you're just oh, and like when you like someone as well, and you're like, fuck me, I've just done that in front of someone.
They're meant to be looking after you though.
Do you know? Yeah, yeah.
You're abroad as well, so you've only got each other.
This is it. And I think after that I was just like, I'm not gonna go abroad and do something like that again. If I was to do anything like that again, I would do it with someone like you. You know, someone I can trust, someone I've known for ages, for years, and I just know that we would look after each other. So yeah, in that respect, guys, my advice is don't go abroad with someone that you've not known for too long, and then take I don't know, some sort of drug, and then you just don't know where the fuck you are and what you're doing in a foreign country. So yeah, that I think was scary for me, because I was like, this is not my country.
You're not even in England where you can just call your mum to come and pick you up or something, or you call your dad, or you know, like something. So I get that. Yeah,
do you know what I mean? And I was just like, oh God, this is so bad. But
luckily, my abroad experiences of weed has been perfect.
Have they?
It's better than
see, that's what I mean. I should have gone with you.
I've got more stories like here where I've like hallucinated and stuff.
Oh really?
Yeah, I've got a lot more stories where I've hallucinated. So I've hallucinated like seeing shit.
Okay, well, like people, or like specific
figures and shit.
Oh, really?
Like it was kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie, like dark figures and shit.
Do you have to be? Because like they say with mushrooms, the same thing. You have to be in a good mood.
You need to be in a good state of mind. And at the time when I was smoking. I've always smoked heavily anyway, but it's just the fact this time when I was smoking heavily, like in my later teens, I would say, like when I first started smoking. So I started smoking at 17, so let's say 18, 19.
Yeah.
I had like a good few bad experiences on it where I'm like, I knew for a fact, my headspace is not in the right place. Like I know what I'm going through at that moment of time is not good. So it didn't surprise me that I had a bad trip.
Yeah.
But it put me off.
It does,
to the point where I was off. I stopped smoking for like 6 months, but I started smoking again.
Okay.
So it was a break, and then when I started smoking, I noticed I was in like a lot more of a healthier state anyway.
Just the same weed you'd normally be smoking, like when you started hallucinating, or did you add something?
Nah, well, to be fair, like sometimes I would add something.
Yeah.
But it just depends what I have. if I've got the money.
Right.
To be fair, but I think the one where it was major is like I had a mixture, so I don't even know. It could have been like not mixture of like coke and stuff, but it was like a mixture of different weeds. Like, 'cause obviously, if you're a proper smoker, you know there's different types of weeds.
Right. Okay.
So it could have been that, and it was a fat fucking spliff. It was a fat spliff, and I smoked that all to myself. So
oh my god.
I was tripping for like hours.
When you say hours, how long?
Like,
if you could like, if you remember.
I don't know, maybe 4 hours, maybe a little bit longer, but that was in my fucking system. Exactly, it was crazy. It was like I was connected to another dimension.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're like in the ghost world.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I didn't feel like I was in the spirit, the physical plane, innit? I felt like I was in the spiritual plane. Because obviously I've been around a few drugs in my time where I've just like refrained. I'm like, nah, I'm not really, that's not my thing. Like, and then I've had a friend, shout out to you, I'm not gonna name you, but shout out to you, because obviously I think he said his mum owns a farm, so he used to try like ket and stuff like that. And obviously one day he come into college and he was just like, morning guys, how you doing? You alright guys? I took speed today guys. And then my friend, she's originally from Hackney, but they moved out. Like her mum moved her out, and they were basically living in Woodford. And she was like, "If you don't get the fuck out of my face, I'm gonna punch you. It's too much energy for 8 a.m. It's too much." And I was laughing because I'm just like, it's like you're on crack, not speed. Like you're probably like, and I was just like, you make me feel sick.
At that time of morning as well,
Fucking was.
I know, it's just so
it just made me feel sick watching you. How are you taking that shit early to come to college?
To college as well, you know.
Shout out to you though. I hope you're watching this, but that's crazy. I thought this guy. I've had a lot of good memories with him though, I'm not gonna lie. He's my guy. Like I used to bring in weed and shit and smoke with him, vice versa. We used to go half on cigarettes. Like, that was my guy. Shut up. That was my guy that I used to chill a lot. Like it was me, him, and another girl that we used to chill quite like frequently at college. Like those are my people, my main people where I'm texting like, I've just got on the train. You're gonna meet me at Woodford, yeah? Like those are some good days. Definitely, I smile thinking about it.
Yeah, I think college was good days. I mean, that was the time. So with with alcohol. So I was in college, and it was we were at like this house party, and we got quite drunk. Like I obviously drank too much, and I think this was like the first time I'd ever been drunk like that before. You know, I'm just like, whoa, like I've never gotten to this extreme level of drunkenness. And we were walking along like this road, and it was like a big road, so like a main road. And I did not, for the life of me, I don't know how I did not hear anything, or I didn't see anything. I went to step into the road, like stumbled into the road where I couldn't like, you know, basically keep myself upright. And a bus was like that close.
That's crazy.
From hitting me. My friend's basically like partner was just like, ready, and he like grabbed me in. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And then he was like, he literally like lashed out at me. He was like, you almost got hit by a bus. Are you like insane? What are you doing near the road? And I was like, I was near a road? You know, and I was just so out of it.
Yeah, man.
And then like, I think at the same house party, I had this like one guy who like, I'd seen a few times, but he weren't in our friendship group. Like, he was like, he friends with someone else. And like, I went upstairs to go use the toilet, and he's just sitting in this bedroom. He's like, yeah, you, come here. And he's like, do you want to do cocaine with me? And I was like, no. I was like, I'm too drunk for this shit. And he's like, come on, do cocaine with me. I'm like, I don't want to do cocaine. But like, he was really, you know, persistent on me doing it.
People always are when they need to try drugs.
And I was like,
it's your willpower.
No, yeah.
Because I've been around shit like that.
Have you,
Yeah, like, I'll just take half a E. Just take half of, like, look, you've got me drinking Russian standard vodka.
Yeah, do you see what I mean?
You know I do not like white liquor. No racism. But I do not drink clear liquor. I like my drinks as dark as me. I like my drinks dark. I'll drink brandy, whiskey. I like anything fucking dark. Yeah. And you've got me drinking that, and I know this is white girl wasted time. This is my time to shine, where people need to hold my hair while I'm sick.
Yeah.
And you want to give me ecstasy?
Yeah. Do you see what I mean?
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, I might be drunk, but I'm not stupid. I always tell people like that. Like, I'm a professional alcoholic person. Yeah. I'm a professional. Yeah. Like, so I already know my limit because I've been drinking for a minute. At the end of the day, I know my limits. Sometimes I choose to go over it. Sometimes I'm like, nah. Sometimes I choose to mix because it fucks you up even more. Sometimes I'm like, nah, if I'm feeling responsible that night. Or one of my friends, naturally, if one of my friends are fucked up, I sober up. Because we come back from like, I don't know where me, my cousin and my friend at the time like came back from, but they basically come to stay at mine.
Yeah.
And we had like a night split kind of thing, like a good night. So we were smoking on the doorstep. And then my cousin was fine. Like, she was a lightweight back in the day.
Yeah.
Cousin was fine, but as soon as we finished that spliff and I put the key in the door and opened the door, she like dropped in like to the house.
Oh my God.
I was like, what the fuck? Yeah! And it was like, instantly I felt like I had to sober up, even though I felt high as a daisy. So I had to sober up, and then we had to get her up the stairs to my bedroom. You've been in my house before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on girl, come on, all right. We need to get up the stairs. I can't. I said to my friend, all right, you go on one side, I'll go on the other side. All right. So you lift this leg up. I was tapping her leg. This one, lift it up. Now the other one. Now that one. Now the other one. Now that one. And bear in mind, there's about 30 steps, so we was doing that the whole way. I didn't know how I woke my mum up, you know. Mum was asleep.
Yeah, where were you? Shut up.
Exactly. But I don't know how my mum stayed awake. And
I was just about to say how your mum did not wake up.
I don't know.
You saying
we managed to get into my bathroom, and I was like, you need to be sick. Because she couldn't do that. Her body was doing that. She couldn't stand straight. She needs to be sick. And she was like, because she hates being sick. And I was thinking to myself, I even said my thoughts out loud to my friend. I was like, look, I don't want to wake up and she's dead in the bed.
Yeah,
beside
me.
Beside me and you. Like, that's not the thing. So
no.
I was like to her, do you want me to help you be sick? I really don't want to do it, but I'll help you be sick. And she said, yeah. So I helped her be sick. I fucking did it.
Yeah.
It's gross. I said, you're lucky you're related because I don't know if I'd be able to do it.
No.
So I did it. And at one point as well, while she was crouching at the toilet, her head dropped and it went towards the corner of the heater. And for somebody that is liquored up to the nines and just freshly smoked spliff, for some reason my body just went like that, and I grabbed it, I caught her head, and my friend was like this. Like, my friend was like, oh my God. I said, yeah, you didn't even fucking move. I was like, I don't know how I moved that quick. She would have been fucked. We would have had to call the ambulance. It would have been like a whips cross situation. Like, she's so lucky.
Your spider sense. Oh my goodness,
that made me jump as well. But yeah, my spider senses were tingling that day. Like, I caught her head with a swiftness.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. And then we had to get her to my room. And there's another few flights of steps to get to my room. So we did all of that shit. And then it was hard because I was like, we got to get her on the bed now. Because she was like more or less on the floor, and I said, all right, you grab an arm, I grab a leg or whatever. I can't remember what I had to hold. And we were swinging her like this. I was like, all right, 1, 2, 3. And when we swung her, because my bed was in the middle of the room, she rolled onto the bed. You know who you are, by the way. And she rolled off to the other side, poof, on the floor. It was like, and we were laughing hard, and then she was crying. I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I was like, I'm sorry, man, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to get you on the bed and you're like dead weight. And then she was laughing, but she was crying, so I was wiping her eyes while we were laughing, and she was crying kind of thing. She was doing both. And we got her in the bed, and after that fuckery, and then she went to sleep. She woke up alive, so that was the main thing.
That's the main thing. As long as she was alive.
Fucking night, man. I was like, I got to take charge. Bear in mind, this is my older cousin. Like, she's older than me. So I was like, alright, I got to take charge now. Like, I am fucked living in La La Land right now, and I need to come out of La La Land and come to the land of the fucking living.
I mean, it is scary. Like, you know, when things like that happen, for the person in that situation, but also for you, like, you know, to witness that. But it was like, I went to another house party when I think it might have been when I was still in college. But this was like a different group of friends. And at this house, so it was actually around the corner from where I was living with my mum at the time. And I thought, I can just walk home, it's fine, like no issues. And when we were sitting there, these group of boys just randomly come in, and we sort of said to this girl from the house, it was like, do you know these boys? Like, they look older. And she was like, yeah, they're friends with like such and such. We're like, okay. And then they were trying to talk to me and like my other friend, and he's like, or one of the guys, like, do you want me to do you a drink? And I was like, no, it's okay, like, don't worry about it. And then, like, because obviously you're young, you're naive, you know, you don't know any better, basically. he then, another guy come and go, don't worry, look, guys, like, I've got you a drink, it's fine. And he gave like his friend a drink. So like me and my friend thought, oh, it's okay, like whatever. And then basically I felt fine, and then as the night went on I was like, I better go home because I feel a little bit sick. And I just thought I've drank again too much, whatever. So I've gone home. As I walked into my mum's house, I've gone upstairs. Elise is like sitting on the bed, and she's trying to ask me, how was it? And it must have been about like 11 at night, so it wasn't like a late one. But I was like giggling. Apparently, like I could not stop giggling, really badly giggling. Like she was getting to a point like, oh my fuck, are you possessed or something?
Yeah, you spiked your drink. You always follow the people when they make you drink.
Yeah, and I was just like, and I literally crashed out on the bed, and I was just like, that was it. I was asleep, and my sister was like, oh, I'm just gonna get her in bed. Like she wrapped me or whatever. And then about 3 a.m, I woke up. My heart was like boom, 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 boom. I was like, something don't feel right. I'm sweating. I went to the bathroom. I swear I mentioned like I fainted before in the other session, but this happened again. So I was sitting there on the toilet. I was like, something does not feel right. I then got up off the toilet. Like honestly, I was so dizzy. I slammed the bedroom door where my sister was. I was like, Elise, you need to get up. There's something not right, because I thought I was dying. She's like, what? And she's half asleep. She's like, come out, and she's like stood in the hallway, like on the landing, like upstairs. I've then stood there, and then I've just crashed. I've just fallen onto the floor. My arm was all like that, like against the wall, and she was like, oh shit. So she phoned my mum. My mum was like, oh, she's just fainted, get her back into bed. You know what my mum was like, am I fainting? And she's like, yeah, just put it back into bed. And literally, like, I couldn't sleep after. She like stayed up with me, bless her. She's like, do you want this, do you want that? And I was sick a bit as well, and I thought, I think now I'm like kind of flushing out my systems, going to the toilet, being sick and stuff. But I was like, that was not normal. And I'm sure I got spiked.
Yeah, definitely did.
Yeah.
Definitely did.
Yeah.
I never accepted. Oh my god, I got a good one for you.
Oh god, go on.
Talking about spiked. I went to this
like,
house party.
Don't ever. Oh, I got one.
You just reminded me. That's why I feel young again thinking about this house party. I used to go to a lot of house parties when in my younger teens.
Yeah.
I went to this one. It was in Ilford somewhere.
Okay.
And it was my friend. He's like the year above me in school. So he's the same age as my cousin. She come as well.
Okay.
So we bought like 2 bottles of wine.
Yeah.
And we went there, basically, and they had punch and everything. The vibe was nice. DJ was playing. It was cool. For some reason, I went to the kitchen. Can't remember what for, but I went into the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
And I heard 2 guys talking, and somebody said, "Don't show yourself. Just wait right at the doorway." So that's what I did. I don't know why, but that's what I did. And then I heard, oh, you know, I spiked the punch bowl, you know. Is that what? What did you spike it with? Oh, I spiked it with MD still.
Oh my god.
Like, yeah. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, that was me behind the door, like, what the fuck? And then they were talking still, and I just walked in like normal, went in there, grabbed tissue or something. It was just like, oh, he's like, they seemed shut. They were like, oh, you're right. I said, yeah, I'm good, thanks. The party's really good.
You spiked it,
and then he was like, have you had the punch? I said, yeah, the punch is lovely.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like it was really nice. She's like, yeah, it's good that you like it. I said, all right, well, enjoy yourself, and you. And I left out the kitchen. I went straight to my friend, my cousin. Don't drink the punch.
Yeah.
Don't drink the punch. And they're like, what? Why? What? That's literally how I was carrying on. I was like, don't drink the punch. Don't do it. And then I told them like what I heard, and they're like, that's actually mad.
That is, yeah.
And I was watching loads of people around me drinking that fucking punch.
That is crazy.
Oh my god.
You saying that though, there's a film, it just reminded me of it because it's exactly the same similar storyline called Climax. And it's like a dance film. Like they're about, basically, so they're a bunch of dancers celebrating their win at a competition, whatever. And one of the dancers, you don't actually find out who it is, has spiked the sangria.
Yeah.
And they all go fucking mad. Like the trips that they all go through, like it's just that basically. And it's like meant to be the horror of how spiking can go, and like how each individual is kind of experiencing different. Yeah, and it's a really fucked up film. Like if you're into dancing and just like weird, controversial movies, definitely watch it. It's called Climax.
That sounds good. Yeah,
but,
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's one of my favourites. It's just like it's not a long film, but it's just a wild trip basically. But you know what? There is one thing I do want to try at some point in my life, and it sounds mad because my friend. Again, I won't name and shame, but she was saying like she's done it before, and she went to a hotel and did it on her own. And she was in a good mood, so she said that helped. But she did like mushrooms.
You meant to do it with a sitter, always.
But she did it on her own, and I was like, "You're
You
mad."
meant to do it with a sitter, she's crazy.
And she was like, "Yeah." Like I was like, "Oh, can I fly out the window?" And I was like, "Fucking, just don't do that ever again on your own."
You would have died.
Yeah,
I've heard stories of people that's done that shit.
I know. I was like, "Oh my god."
And the whole time I'm thinking, so what the fuck? That sitter should go to prison because there's a sitter with you.
Yeah.
And there was a sitter in that one where they jumped out the window. I'm like,
Oh, there
so
was
what the fuck
actually
was
a
the
sitter in it?
sitter?
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yeah, this is what
You
I mean.
got one job
Yeah.
to sit there sober
Yeah.
and make sure everybody's good.
Mm.
Or even if you do smoke, but obviously don't smoke to the point to get frazzled to sleep.
Yeah.
Because that trip, when you're on those hard things like that, the trips last hours.
Mm-hmm.
They last hours. Like when my friend was on E, and somebody else, again, like one of my family members, I'm not going to mention, they took half a tablet of E. When they were on it, they didn't sleep the whole night, and it come out of their system, let's say, a good few hours, longer than my 4-hour trip, longer, because my friend, he was in my bed because he stayed round.
Mm-hmm.
I turned over, went to sleep, but I was on Russian standards and weed,
Mm-hmm.
so that was my
So you
equivalent.
were just-
I was knocked out, and then when I
Yeah.
woke up, he was up making beats on his laptop still, and I was like,
Oh
"You haven't
God.
slept?" He's like, "Nah, man, I haven't slept." And then you can see his come down during the night,
Yeah.
the new day, if that makes sense. You can see his come down where I'm just like, "Yeah, you look shattered now.
Yeah.
Your pupils are not like
It's like
massive
showing.
and dilated anymore."
Right.
Like even like the person as well that was the family member that was in my house, they were fucked up too.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were fucked up too. That car made that guy jump. That's
I
why
know.
he's
That's
looking
what
back.
I was wondering what happened then. Earlier as well. I don't know if you noticed because I think you were looking as well. There was a couple. Did you see them on their phone?
Mm.
They got like a baby, and they just put the baby on like his
Yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah.
And I thought, you fucking dropped that baby. I was like really on the edge, and the baby's staring at us. And I'm like, get off your phones. One of you look at your phone, the other one just look at the baby.
It doesn't make sense.
I was like, you drop it. It's gonna crack its head, and yeah, you know, I don't want to think of the next step, but
Neither do I. Honest to God, neither do I.
this is what happens, guys. People are just, you know. But I think the moral of our podcast today is just be sensible, be careful when you're drinking.
Be safe.
Yeah, be safe.
And make sure you're with people that you can trust.
Yes.
People that's got the best intentions for you.
Mhm.
Always listen to your intuition.
Yeah.
Listen to your gut.
Mhm. Yeah, that's it. I
Because
think.
in many of the stories that I've said to you guys out of all these episodes, I always say to you guys, I don't know, but something said to me. That's intuition. For me to say something said to me, I don't know what it was, but something said.
Yeah, yeah.
That's your intuition. And
Yeah.
a lot of the times, all these stories I tell you, I've listened to it.
Mhm.
Because I wouldn't have found
Yeah,
out
it's
that
true.
punch was spiked. I was looking to drink that punch that night.
Yeah, and to be honest, I mean, again, you know, I didn't know what was in that gummy. Probably was just weed, but it really hit me hard. And I think being
What it is you need to, for example, me being a heavy smoker at the time, gummies never affected me. So when
Yeah.
people said, "Oh, that fucked me up," I'm just like, I ate 2 and nothing happened, and I rolled a
Yeah.
spliff and smoked it, and then something happened. Like I could feel the spliff from my weed. Like my tolerance is very high, so like I'm not affected like
Yeah.
that. But for people that don't smoke, you need to try a little bit just to see how you go.
Yeah. And that was my problem.
And obviously wait over 30 minutes, 40 minutes for it to kick in.
Okay. Yeah. Well, see, guys, you've had a nice little lesson, I think, today on how to use drugs and alcohol sensibly.
Safely, if you're going to.
Yeah. I know. That's, I guess, us for today, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Take
See you
care,
for that.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.